Y'all nigga, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker. My baby mama probably.
Hey, how you floating? It's Bo. So, how exactly do y'all feel about Transmog and Destiny 2 whenever it comes down to drip, dressing up your garden, whatever type of way in which he wants to, you know? Or they, let me not be sexist. Look, all due respect, I do know that Transmog is here. It could be a lot better as well, but I also do feel that one of the best ways that we could go about, let's say, innovating on it isn't just by increasing the amount of bounties in which we can get every single week. Let's try to be a tad bit more creative than that. Let's try to, implement them a little bit more. I got a few ideas. I'm gonna segment it up here, and then yeah, tell me how I feel about it, because all due respect, it's not rocket science, but also I want to bring it to life because I don't really think anyone else has been thinking about it or even talked about it at all, and we all know that that's like one thing that could genuinely be better within the game. So hey, let's see if somebody listens. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not super duper confident in this one at all. I really don't feel as if that this would be something that Bungie would do, but it's still an option. Mainly due to because Finder's Matter Weave will be getting rid of in Season 21, and we will be looking at a brand new opportunity to, let's say, slide something into that spot. So why not we do that with Sythnweave? Okay, problem number one is mainly because it's already being sold for like 1,000 silver a piece in the store, which if you didn't know, well, I mean, now you do. It's really, that by itself is pretty ass, but I can't really sit here and say that there aren't, let's say, whole pieces of seasonal armor that get sold, well, let's say piece by piece throughout the season for Bright Dust. And it's not as if that is really just up to you to either grind for your Bright Dust or make sure that you hoard it up so you can get it for free. There's always an alternative, and there's always a way for people to access it and get to it. So it's not as if that it's impossible to say that Bright Dust could be, I don't know, one alternative or one brand new way that we could be getting Sythnweave. But hey, personally, I would say pricing it maybe around 1,200 would be pretty nice, since they're already doing it for 1,000 silver. And yeah, just to make it to where it's just a little bit more fucking grindy than usual, I think 1,200 or maybe 1,250 is okay, and they could easily implement it. If you're getting rid of Finder's Matter Weave, you can definitely hop in with the Sythnweave. That's just me. The Transmog seal is simple. You can make it out to where every single season it refreshes, and it has around, let's say, 10 to 11 to 13 triumphs at the most. They can range to be as simple as completing a raid or a dungeon with that raid or dungeon specific armor set on, but every single person in the fire team has to do it, or a little bit more nuanced to where you have to possibly go solo a legend or master lost sector on a certain destination and have that destination's armor set on while doing so. See, small things like this are very easy to implement, and they're not fucking rocket science at the end of the day, but also I can understand how this could be something that is still seen as super duper, well, grindy, because some triumphs could be infinitely easier to get than others, and then also each and every triumph could, and let's say, reward you with about 2 to 3 at the least, to around at the most, let's say 5 to 8 Sythnweave. So giving each and every character the ability to earn, let's say, another 15 or so just from the seasonal seal each and every season, which is great. It really is, because that also just pushes it also pushes people to actually just give a damn about what their guardians look like. And it's not as if that people don't, but also since there really isn't a whole lot of, I should really say, push, or there's not really a whole lot of accessibility to do so, there's not really anyone who's giving that much of a damn about it. I think adding 2 bounties is basically like the bottom of the barrel, and it's honestly the one thing that we shouldn't really be asking for. But also, if, let's say, everything else that I have brought up and mentioned just basically isn't plausible in any type of way, okay, adding 2 more bounties to the, well, let's say, empty bounty slots that she basically is just asking to be filled up, yeah, one of them could be for the Legend of Master Lost Sectors, and the other one could be for helping people through endgame content that have never done it before. These are 2 extremely great bounties, and on top of that, they could also implement something to where the brand new best dress commendation, if you get 30 of those, each and every 30 best dress commendations that you get 1 Sythnweave. And on top of that, overall, increasing the, let's say, overall like cap for how many Sythnweaves you get for completing each and every bounty, you get 2 instead of 1. So now there's just even more of an incentive for you to really get up, get out there, and get any other type of loot in which you want to, because it legitimately can be yours. You can really drip it up and make it any type of way in which you want. What I do not like, something that I've never been able to understand, is why it just feels as if that it feels as if that trying to make your guardian look whatever way in which you want to is like much harder than what it needs to. And it honestly feels a tad bit greedy whenever you figure out that Sythnweave is, well, yes, still being sold for, I think, what, 1,000 silver for like one, and it's horrible. It really is. There's different ways for us to go about us genuinely obtaining Sythnweave and us being able to customize our guardian in the way in which we want to, and the points in which I've laid out here aren't super duper, let's say, nuanced, but it's also because it's not super hard to, let's say, implement or innovate on something like this. Let me know what you guys think about my suggestions in the Transmog system in general. Do you feel as if it needs to be changed, or do you feel as if that maybe there are a few more points, or there are a few more suggestions and ideas that we can actually have thrown at the board? If so, comment them down below so we can genuinely get somebody to hear this, because, man, I want to be able to fully feel like that I can customize my guardian any type of way I want to. I do. It's a game with so much customization, and I want to feel as if that I'm able to do that in every single avenue, especially starting with how I look, which seemingly is strange how that's not even like one of the first two things that you're even able to easily get to accessing.